50 black Mercedes sedans roll down the street in perfect formation. Traffic stops. People stare. At the front gate of Apex Tower, a young woman stands in the rain. Her clothes are simple. Her mascara runs. Security won't let her through. She doesn't know that 6 blocks away, her husband just received a phone call. She doesn't know that 50 cars are coming for her. 3 hours earlier, Elena Volkov, 27, stands in front of Apex Tower, rain soaking through her sweater, holding a small bakery box like it's the only thing keeping her grounded. People pass her without a glance. Suits. Heels. Badges flashing green at the turnstiles. No one looks at her twice. She checks her phone again. No new messages. The last text from her husband Nikolai came at 6 a.m., emergency meeting with the board. Can't make lunch. I'm sorry, Solnishko. Solnishko. Little son. The nickname still makes her smile, even now, even as something heavy settles in her chest. Today is their 2nd anniversary, 2 years since she married the man everyone warned her about. The dangerous one. The man with secrets in his eyes and blood on his hands. But Nikolai has never been dangerous to her. Only gentle. Only devoted. She looks down at the bakery box in her hands, homemade blini, his favorite, made from his grandmother's recipe. She woke up at 5 a.m. to make them perfect. Now they're getting cold. Just like the rain creeping under her skin. She hadn't planned to be here like this. Apex Tower is only 15 minutes from home. She thought she'd surprise him. Bring lunch to his office. Maybe steal a kiss in the elevator. It's their anniversary, surely a meeting can spare 10 minutes. The rain had started right as she parked 3 blocks away. The closest spot she could find. Of course. Her umbrella is still at home. Her nice coat too. She's wearing jeans and a sweater, her hair twisted into a messy bun, no makeup except mascara that's probably running now. Not exactly the image people expect when they imagine a mafia boss's wife. Apex Tower rises above her, 60 floors of steel and glass, home to Volkov Industries and a dozen other powerful companies. Elena has been here twice before. Both times on Nikolai's arm. Designer clothes. Private entrance. Doors opening before they even reach them. Today, she walks to the main doors like everyone else. Inside, the lobby gleams with marble and modern art. A long security desk blocks the way to the elevators, manned by 3 guards in crisp uniforms. Turnstiles wait behind them, silent and unforgiving. Elena approaches the nearest guard. He's in his 40s. Name tag, Morrison. Hi, I'm here to see Nikolai Volkov. I'm his, do you have an appointment? Morrison doesn't look up from his screen. No, but I'm his wife. Elena Volkov. If you could just call up to, now he looks up. His eyes move slowly over her, wet hair, casual clothes, the bakery box sagging slightly from the humidity. Something in his expression changes. Skepticism sharpens his features. Nikolai Volkov's wife, he repeats, slow and flat. Yes. If you check your system, I should be on the list of approved, ma'am. His voice shifts into that tone. The one reserved for people he's already decided not to believe. Mr. Volkov is in a very important meeting. Even if you were on the list, which you're not, we don't allow interruptions during board meetings. I understand, Elena says quickly. But it's our anniversary and I just wanted to, ma'am, I'm going to need you to step aside. You're blocking the entrance. Heat rushes to her face. Behind her, people stream in effortlessly. Men in tailored suits. Women in heels. Badges scan. Gates open. Everyone belonging in a way she apparently doesn't. Please, she tries again, forcing her voice to stay calm. Just call his office. Tell them Elena is here. They'll confirm, we don't make calls based on someone's word. Morrison stands now. The other 2 guards straighten, watching. Do you have ID proving you're Elena Volkov? Her stomach tightens. She hands him her driver's license. Morrison studies it. Then looks back at her. Whatever doubt remained disappears. This says Elena Rostova. I haven't updated it yet, but, so you're not actually Elena Volkov? I am, she insists. The paperwork just takes time, ma'am, I'm going to ask you one more time to leave. If you don't, I'll have to call the police for trespassing. The words hit like a slap. People are watching now. A woman in Prada leans toward her companion, whispering. A man passing by smirks, just slightly, as if enjoying the show. Elena's hands begin to shake. The bakery box feels suddenly absurd. Childish. Proof that she doesn't belong in a world of marble floors and security clearances. I'm not lying, she says quietly. I really am his wife. We've been married for 2 years today. If you would just, security. Morrison calls out. Please escort this woman out. 2 guards take her by the elbows. They're not rough. They don't need to be. The humiliation does the work for them. Every step toward the door feels heavier than the last. Please, she says one last time. Just call his office. Tell them Elena is here. They know me. Ma'am, you need to leave now. The rain greets her again. One guard stays on the sidewalk, watching to make sure she doesn't try to come back in. Elena stands there, soaked, holding a box of homemade blini her husband will never eat. She feels small. Stupid. Invisible. She pulls out her phone to call Nikolai. To explain. To laugh about it later, maybe, when the sting fades. The screen stays black. Dead battery. She forgot to charge it last night. Of course. She looks up at the tower, 60 floors of glass reflecting a gray sky. Somewhere up there, Nikolai is in his meeting. He doesn't know his wife is standing in the rain. Doesn't know she tried to surprise him. Doesn't know security just threw her out like she was nobody. She turns to leave. She doesn't see the man in the black suit still inside the lobby. The man who saw everything. The man now dialing a number with shaking hands. She doesn't hear him say the 5 words that change everything. Boss, we have a problem. And she has no idea that 6 blocks away, the most powerful man in the city has just stood up from a board meeting and said one word, leave. Comment below, have you ever been humiliated by someone who didn't know who you really were? Nikolai Volkov sits at the head of a conference table surrounded by 12 board members who control billions in assets. They're discussing the merger that will make Volkov Industries the largest private security firm on the East Coast. Numbers flash on screens. Lawyers argue clauses. Money moves in amounts that could feed countries. Nikolai's mind is half focused. The other half keeps drifting to the text he sent Elena this morning. The disappointment he heard in her 3-word response, it's okay, love. It's not okay. It's their anniversary. He should be taking her to the restaurant where they had their first date, should be giving her the diamond bracelet he's had designed, should be anywhere except this room full of men who think money is more important than the woman who makes his life worth living. His phone vibrates. He ignores it, everyone's phones are off during board meetings. But it vibrates again. And again. Anton, his head of security and closest friend since childhood, doesn't call repeatedly unless it's an emergency. Nikolai picks up the phone. 15 seconds later, he stands. His chair scrapes against marble loud enough to stop all conversation. The meeting is over, he says. Viktor Petrov, the lead investor, blinks. Nikolai, we're in the middle of, I said it's over. Nikolai's voice could freeze fire. Anton, get the car. Now. He's already walking toward the door when Petrov tries again. This merger is worth $800 million. You can't just, Nikolai turns. Everyone in the room has seen him angry before, cold, calculating, dangerous. But they've never seen this. This is something beyond rage. This is barely controlled violence. My wife, he says very quietly, just tried to visit me. Your security guards threw her out in the rain like she was trash. So yes, Victor, I can walk out. And if you try to stop me, you'll learn very quickly what I do to people who disrespect what's mine. He doesn't wait for a response. In the elevator, Anton fills him in. Morrison and his team at the main entrance. They didn't believe she was your wife. Said she had no appointment, no ID with the right name. They called her a liar. Made her leave. Nikolai's hands curl into fists. Where is she now? Still outside. Standing in the rain. Her phone appears to be dead, she hasn't called anyone. The elevator takes 30 seconds to reach the ground floor. It feels like 30 years. I want Morrison fired, Nikolai says. All 3 guards at that desk. Gone. Today. Already done, boss. I want their names blacklisted from every security company in the state. Consider it done. And Anton? Nikolai's voice drops even lower. I want everyone who works in this building to know exactly who my wife is. I want her face on every security screen, her name in every database, her access level higher than mine. I want it so that if she walks through that door at 3 a.m. wearing pajamas, every guard salutes and asks how they can help. Understood. The elevator opens. Nikolai sees her immediately, through the glass doors, standing on the sidewalk, soaked, holding something that looks like a bakery box. Her shoulders are hunched against the rain. She looks so small. So lost. Something in his chest cracks. He pushes through the doors. Morrison is still standing nearby, probably making sure Elena doesn't try to come back in. The guard sees Nikolai and his face goes white. Mr. Volkov, I can explain. Nikolai doesn't even look at him. He walks straight to Elena. She sees him and her expression cycles through confusion, relief, and then embarrassment. Nikolai? I'm sorry, I know you're in a meeting, I just wanted to surprise you and, he kisses her. Right there on the sidewalk, in the rain, in front of Morrison and the gathering crowd. He kisses her like she's oxygen and he's been drowning. His hands cup her face, his thumbs wipe away tears she didn't know she was crying. When he pulls back, his voice is rough, I'm sorry. For what? I'm the one who showed up unannounced, I'm sorry you stood in the rain. I'm sorry anyone made you feel like you don't belong. I'm sorry I wasn't there. He takes the soggy bakery box from her hands, opens it, sees the homemade blini. His grandmother's recipe. Made with love at 5 a.m. by a woman who deserves better than this. You made these for me, he says softly. It's our anniversary. I thought, her voice breaks. I'm sorry I look like this. I know I'm not exactly dressed for Apex Tower, Solnishko. He tips her chin up, makes her look at him. You are the only person in this entire building who matters. Everyone else is replaceable. You are not. Behind them, Morrison tries to back away. Nikolai stops him with one word, stay. The guard freezes. Nikolai pulls out his phone. Makes a call. Says simply, bring them all. 3 minutes later, the sound starts. Low at first, like distant thunder. Then louder. Engines. Lots of them. The first black Mercedes pulls up to the curb. Then another. Then another. Elena watches in disbelief as 50 identical cars fill the street, a convoy that blocks traffic, that makes pedestrians stop and stare, that announces to everyone within 6 blocks that something important is happening. The doors open in synchronization. Men in black suits emerge, Nikolai's security team, his drivers, his personal guard. They form 2 lines from the curb to the building entrance. Nikolai takes Elena's hand. Everyone in this building is about to learn something. Nikolai, what are you doing? What I should have done the day we got married. He raises his voice so everyone can hear, the guards, the gathering crowd, the people pressed against the lobby windows. This is Elena Volkov. My wife. The most important person in my life. And from this moment on, anyone who treats her with anything less than absolute respect will answer to me personally. He looks directly at Morrison. You're fired. Anton will escort you out. You have 10 minutes to collect your things. Morrison's face crumbles. Mr. Volkov, please, I have a family. You should have thought of that before you made my wife stand in the rain. 50 cars. 50 men. One message, you don't disrespect what belongs to Nikolai Volkov. Subscribe to see what happens when they walk inside. Nikolai keeps Elena's hand in his as they walk toward the entrance. The 50 men in black suits don't follow, they create a corridor of power, standing at attention like an honor guard. Every person on the street has stopped to watch. Phones are out. Videos are recording. Elena's heart pounds. Nikolai, this is too much, it's not enough. His voice is steady, but she can feel the rage vibrating beneath his control. They humiliated you. They made you feel like you didn't belong. I'm making sure that never happens again. The glass doors slide open. Inside, the lobby has gone completely silent. Everyone, security guards, receptionists, employees waiting for elevators, visitors in the seating area, stares at the couple walking through the entrance. Nikolai doesn't stop at the security desk. He walks straight to the center of the lobby and turns to face the crowd that's forming. My name is Nikolai Volkov, he says, his voice carrying across the marble space. Most of you know that. What you apparently don't know is that this woman, he gently pulls Elena forward, is my wife. Elena Volkov. And 3 hours ago, your security team refused her entry to this building. They called her a liar. They threw her out into the rain. The lobby is so quiet you could hear a pin drop on the marble floor. So let me be very clear, Nikolai continues. Elena has unlimited access to this building. She can come and go as she pleases, at any hour, dressed however she chooses. She answers to no one except me. And anyone, who treats her with disrespect will be terminated immediately and blacklisted from employment in this city. Am I understood? Murmurs of yes, sir, ripple through the crowd. I didn't hear you. Yes, sir. The response is louder now, unified. Nikolai turns to the remaining security guards at the desk, 2 young men who look terrified. What are your names? Chen, sir, says one. Rodriguez, says the other. Chen. Rodriguez. What's the most important rule in security? They exchange glances. Chen answers, verify identity and maintain protocol, sir. Wrong. Nikolai's voice is sharp. The most important rule is to never make assumptions based on appearance. The most dangerous people in the world often look harmless. The most important people often look ordinary. He gestures to Elena. My wife came here in jeans and a sweater, carrying homemade food. She looked like anyone else. And because she didn't look like what you expected a mafia boss's wife to look like, you didn't believe her. Rodriguez swallows hard. Sir, we're sorry, I don't want your apologies. I want you to learn. Nikolai pulls out his phone, brings up a photo, their wedding picture, Elena in a white dress, both of them smiling. He shows it to the guards. This photo will be on every security monitor in this building within the hour. Along with a dozen others. You will know her face. You will know her name. And you will treat her like the queen she is. He turns back to Elena. Her eyes are shining with tears, but she's smiling now. You really didn't have to do all this. Yes, I did. He cups her face with both hands. You made me bleeny at 5 a.m. You drove across the city in the rain to surprise me. You stood outside this building, humiliated and alone, and you didn't call me because you didn't want to interrupt my meeting. His voice roughens. You put me first, Solnishko. Always. It's time I showed you what happens when someone puts you second. He kisses her forehead, then turns to Anton, who's appeared at his elbow. Status? Morrison and his team are being escorted out. HR is processing terminations. IT is updating every security database with Mrs. Volkov's information and photo. Building management has been notified that she has owner-level access. Good. Nikolai looks at the crowd again. Everyone back to work. Show's over. People scramble to the elevators, to the turnstiles, back to whatever they were doing. But Elena notices how they look at her now, not with skepticism or dismissal, but with wide-eyed respect. Maybe fear. Come on, Nikolai says softly, taking her hand. Let's go upstairs. I want to eat these blini in my office and pretend the last 3 hours didn't happen. They take the private elevator, the one that goes directly to the 60th floor without stopping. As soon as the doors close, Elena lets out a shaky breath. That was the most terrifying and amazing thing I've ever witnessed. You should have seen the board meeting. Nikolai leans against the elevator wall, pulling her into his arms. I walked out in the middle of an $800 million merger negotiation. You what? Viktor Petrov was talking about risk assessments. Anton called. I stood up and said one word, leave. Then I walked out. He grins, a rare, genuine smile that makes him look younger. I'm pretty sure I gave him a heart attack. Nikolai, you can't just, yes, I can. Because you are more important than any merger, any meeting, any amount of money. His hands frame her face. You are the only thing in my life that matters. The only good thing in a world full of violence and lies and people who want to use me. You're my light, Solnishko. And I will burn down this entire city before I let anyone dim that light. The elevator reaches the 60th floor. The doors open to reveal a reception area where Nikolai's assistant, Margaret, sits at her desk. She takes one look at Elena's wet clothes and immediately grabs a blanket from the closet. Mrs. Volkov, I'm so sorry about what happened downstairs, she says, draping the soft cashmere around Elena's shoulders. If I had known you were coming, I would have met you in the lobby myself. It's okay, Elena says. Really? It's not okay, Nikolai corrects. But it's handled. Margaret, cancel the rest of my meetings today. Already done, sir. And I've ordered lunch from that Italian place Mrs. Volkov likes. Good. He leads Elena into his office, a massive space with floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the city. On his desk, in a silver frame, is another photo from their wedding day. Elena picks it up. You keep this here? I keep you everywhere. He opens the bakery box, takes out one of the blini, takes a bite. His eyes close. Perfect. Just like Babushka made them. They're probably soggy now. They're perfect because you made them. He pulls her down onto the leather couch, wraps his arms around her. I'm sorry today got ruined. It didn't get ruined. Elena snuggles into his chest. It got interesting. Below them, 60 floors down, 50 black Mercedes are still parked on the street. A reminder. A warning. Cross the boss's wife, and the whole world stops for her. Like if you think Nikolai handled it right. Comment if you'd want 50 cars for you. They spend the afternoon in Nikolai's office, eating Italian food and homemade blini, talking about everything except the scene downstairs. Elena curls up on his leather couch while he sits at his desk, handling the few emergencies that can't wait, but mostly just watching her. You're staring, she says without opening her eyes. I'm appreciating. You're supposed to be working. I am working. I'm working on memorizing exactly how you look right now, wearing my blanket, eating tiramisu, completely comfortable in my space. His voice softens. I love seeing you here. You don't visit often enough. Because you're always in meetings with scary men discussing scary things. Fair. He closes his laptop. But after today, you can interrupt any meeting you want. Walk in wearing pajamas if you feel like it. I'll stop everything. That seems like bad business. That seems like good priorities. He moves to sit beside her on the couch. I mean it, Elena. You come first. Always. Before money, before business, before everything. She opens her eyes, studies his face. When Morrison said he had a family, you still fired him. Yes. That bothers you. No. But his jaw tightens. Maybe. I don't know. He's quiet for a moment. He has kids. A mortgage. Probably lives paycheck to paycheck. And I just destroyed his career because he made a mistake. He didn't make a mistake, Elena says gently. He made an assumption. He looked at me and decided I was lying because I didn't look rich enough, polished enough, important enough. That's not a mistake. That's prejudice. Still, his kids didn't do anything wrong. Elena sits up, takes his hand. This is why I love you. Because I feel guilty about ruining a man's life? Because even after everything you've done, everything you've had to do in your world, you still have a conscience. She squeezes his fingers. You're not the monster people think you are. I am a monster, Solnishko. I've done things. He stops, shakes his head. You know what I am. I know who you are. She touches his face. You're the man who walked out of an $800 million meeting because someone hurt my feelings. You're the man who brought 50 cars to prove a point. You're the man who keeps our wedding photo on his desk and calls me his light. She kisses him softly. You're my husband. And you're a good man who sometimes has to do bad things. I don't deserve you. Probably not. She grins. But you're stuck with me anyway. He pulls her into his lap, buries his face in her hair. Best anniversary ever. Really? Because this morning you were apologizing for missing lunch. This morning I was an idiot. He pulls back to look at her. Wait here. He goes to his desk, unlocks a drawer, pulls out a small velvet box. When he returns to the couch, there's something nervous in his expression, something young and vulnerable that she rarely sees. I was going to give this to you at dinner tonight. At the restaurant where we had our first date. There were going to be candles and champagne and probably a violinist because I have no sense of restraint when it comes to you. He opens the box. But I think this moment is better. Just us. No performance. Inside is a bracelet, platinum and diamonds, delicate and stunning and probably worth more than a car. Nikolai, it's beautiful. Look closer. He takes it out, shows her the inside of the band. Engraved in tiny letters, Ty moja solnishko. Forever. And, you are my sunshine. Elena's eyes fill with tears. You're going to make me cry. Good tears, I hope. He fastens it around her wrist. It catches the afternoon light, throwing tiny rainbows across the office walls. 2 years ago, you married a man everyone told you to run from. You married into violence and danger and a world that chews up innocent things. And you never flinched. Never hesitated. You just loved me. That's because loving you is easy. It shouldn't be. His voice is rough. I'm difficult and dangerous and I have too many enemies. I've given you a life where security guards don't believe you're my wife, where you can't go anywhere without bodyguards, where you're a target just by being mine. And I'd choose it again. Elena touches his face. Every single time. Because yes, you're difficult. Yes, you're dangerous. But you're also the man who keeps homemade blini in your office fridge and sleeps with my pillow when I'm not there and calls me every night when you're traveling, even if it's 3 a.m. your time. She smiles. You're mine, Nikolai Volkov. And I don't care what security thinks. He kisses her then, deep and desperate and full of 2 years of a love that shouldn't work but does. When they break apart, his phone buzzes. He ignores it. It buzzes again. You should check that, Elena says. He sighs, looks at the screen. His expression shifts, surprised, then amused. What is it? Viktor Petrov. The investor from the merger meeting. He shows her the text. Congratulations on your anniversary. The merger can wait. Family first. VP Elena laughs. You scared him. I scared everyone. Nikolai stands, pulls her up with him. Come on. Let's go home. I want to spend the rest of our anniversary alone with you, no phones, no emergencies, no world trying to get between us. What about the 50 cars outside? They'll follow us home. Then they'll disappear until we need them again. He wraps his arm around her waist. That's how it works when you're married to me. You get 50 cars and a security team and a husband who will stop the world for you. I don't need 50 cars. I know. But I need to give them to you anyway. He kisses her temple. It's how I love you, Solnishko. Excessively. They take the private elevator down. When they emerge into the lobby, everyone stops walking, stops talking, stops breathing. They watch as Nikolai Volkov walks his wife to the door, his arm protective around her shoulders. Outside, the 50 black Mercedes wait in perfect formation. Elena looks at Nikolai. This is insane. This is us. He opens the door of the lead car for her. Now get in before I do something even more dramatic. Like what? Like buy the building and name it after you. She laughs, genuine and bright and beautiful. Don't you dare. Too late. I already texted my lawyer. Nikolai. But she's smiling as she gets in the car. Smiling as the convoy pulls away from Apex Tower. Smiling because she's married to a man who brings 50 cars when someone makes her stand in the rain. 2 years. 50 cars. One love that stops the world. Happy anniversary to the girl who married the monster and found a man. Like if you believe in excessive love. Comment your most dramatic romantic gesture. Share if you want someone to bring 50 cars for you.